Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast, or YHST for short. I'm Isaac.
I'm Elva.
And this is a show where we cover movies on the growing list of films that has people asking us the question,
You haven't seen that?
We're covering a good one today. I'm not going to jump the gun just yet, although if you click
the gun.
No, not yet. I don't want to. If you click the button, then you know what movie we're covering. But first, at the top, let's take care of some business. We started doing some little bonus episodes called intermissions. And by the time this episode drops, we would have had a couple of them out. And if you're not familiar with those intermission bonus episodes they are essentially anything movie related, which is fun because we realize it kind of takes a lot of work to put together these actual main movie breakdowns, as Elva scowls at me.
I did no such thing.
Yeah, definitely learning. But so we wanted to actually still put some content out. And we did that in the form of little bonus episodes we call intermission. And during those things, again, anything movie related, from trailers to movie reviews to production stuff, any little extra fun facts about things, set photos, whatever, anything movie related that we want to talk about in a 20 to 45 minute-ish format. Just a little quick snippet. We covered a bunch of trailers. The actual list for the trailers is way too long, so I'm not going to give you the list, but we talked about our reaction of those trailers in the past couple of episodes. But the movies that we actually review that we want to go see are Maxine, Bike Riders, Inside Out 2, The Watchers, and Quiet Place Day 1. We give our more lackadaisical long form review. I think a few of those movies I'm actually going to supplement with the actual condensed video review that I've been doing on Forehead Films, on Instagram and TikTok, Forehead Films, FOREHED Films, because it's just so goddamn fun to do. But there's a couple of other ones that I didn't have time to do because we're just so darn busy, and life is life. Whatever, man. Box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get, as they say.
Run, Forrest, run.
So the last episode of the actual movie breakdown that we did was 7. And we realized, as much as we love those like really, really good, deep movies, sometimes I feel like we're not exactly certified, if you will, to cover some of those movies. And I'm like, wow, I am depressed at the end of this thing. We recorded for a long time, but condensed it down to like just under 2 hours. And I was like, let's do something with a little more, I don't know, levity. Let's do something a little more quirky. And so we decided to do Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Dun, dun, dun.
You've seen this movie.
I have, yes.
Okay.
A couple of times. I have. It was a Wes Anderson film.
Yep.
Came out in November of 2009. Mm-hmm. I don't remember seeing it in the theaters, but I do remember always kind of having it as not as a background movie, but a
feel-good,
yeah,
comfort movie.
Yeah. It is, for those who don't know, I'm a Wes Anderson fan, especially when it comes to how he color grades his movies. It's so great.
Oh yeah, which I'll get into in just a second, of like what makes a Wes Anderson film, because it's even though this movie is technically animated, right? Stop motion animation, it's still one of those movies that it's so fucking good and has such a following. I'm not going to say cult following, because Wes Anderson just has his following, that we wanted to do it justice, right? And I thought, well, I don't want to like have to break everything down, beat for beat for beat. So at the very least, in a minute, we can cover what makes a Wes Anderson film.
Yes.
Because I remember on the Hype Attack, Rudy, the guy who runs the show, love him. Hi, Rudy. You're listening to this. He's like, you're going to shout me out in every fucking episode? Absolutely. He's our number 3 fan. He had asked me, I think it was more tongue in cheek, but still he asked me nonetheless, well, what makes a Wes Anderson film? I think he hadn't seen any.
Ooh, Rudy.
I don't remember. So
okay.
Again, I have to write things down because my memory is for shit. But if that was true, that he hadn't seen any Wes Anderson films, he asked me what makes a Wes Anderson film. And the only word that came to the top of my head was quirky. But I couldn't in actual terms describe it. But I did a little research and I have ways to describe it. But going back to your fandom for Wes Anderson.
That basically covers my fandom. I think I've always watched his movies. It wasn't until I think, Moonlight Kingdom, where I went back.
Yeah.
And started to rewatch all his movies and kind of see the different themes and like how he uses color and how he uses like storytelling and everything. So that movie was like very pivotal for me to like go back and actually appreciate more of his films. But going back to Fantastic Mr. Fox, he started the budget at $40 million. Box office, it made $58 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't this based off of a Roald Dahl book?
It is, yes.
Who also wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I believe the Witches.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Ooh, Elva's the one that's supposed to do the research, and she didn't do her research.
I'm not 100% sure, but I can go ahead and confirm in a minute or two.
Anyone who's listening, go to the comment section and scold Alva. Ooh, you didn't do your research.
Please don't. I might not see the comments.
God damn it. Have you seen would you say you've seen all of the Wes Anderson films?
Yes, but I did fall asleep through the majority of Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
So I have to rewatch that one, but I did make it halfway through.
Put respect on it. It's the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh my God. Stop.
I'm keeping it in.
I'm getting movie named wrong. Anyways, but so far, yes. And I did not drag you, but I did keep reminding you.
About the Moonlight Kingdom?
No, about Asteroid City.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. I was like, we're going to see it.
The two Wes Anderson movies that had came out when we were together and then we went to go see was Isle of Dogs, Jinx, Double Jinx, Jinx again. Shit.
Jinx. Isaac.
Thank you. And Asteroid City. I almost forgot about Asteroid City.
I feel like there was another one, but I don't remember.
No, we went to like a movie at in the park that we saw with our friend Ian, and we saw Moonlight Kingdom. There's a lot of Wes Anderson films that I hadn't seen. I've seen Steve Zissou, the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. A number of other ones that I hadn't seen. Will we cover all of them? Maybe, maybe not. But I mean, we're still going to add it to the list. There's a lot of movies on the list, but this was one where I felt for whatever reason I was like, how have I not? I hear about everyone talking about the Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I haven't fucking seen it. You know. Mm-hmm. And then years later, we made a podcast, and now it's on the list, and we're doing it.
Yes, it is. It does have a big cast.
Yeah, name it.
Has George Clooney as Mr. Fox.
George Clooney, is he a big actor? Has he done some stuff? Do I know the guy?
Batman with the nipples.
Batman. Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
Bill Murray as the Badger.
Mm-hmm. I have nothing funny for that. Go on.
Eric Anderson as Christopherson.
Okay, I forgot to make a note about that. Eric Anderson, any relation to Wes Anderson?
Mm-hmm.
You said his brother?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jason Schwartzman.
Love Jason
Ash.
Schwartzman. Yep.
Wes Anderson as Weasel.
Okay.
Meryl Streep as Mrs. Fox.
Yep.
Also Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what character that was.
Oh, he was Coach Skip.
Coach. Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm. As Rat.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That guy could play anything.
So as I name these characters, which one was your favorite character? Because I have mine.
Oh, good one. I think just because of his snarkiness, I think the guy who gets used a lot in Wes Anderson films, the son, Ash, played by Jason Schwartzman.
Okay.
Yeah. And can we talk on that real quick? That Wes Anderson, much like Martin Scorsese and a few other directors, uses the same basically crew of actors. And why not? Mm-hmm. If you're familiar with those actors and you have a relationship and you like how they work, and especially with someone who has a very unique eye, a very unique lens type of movie, a very niche movie, you're going to continue to work with the same amount of people. Yeah.
I love it.
I think, by the way, going back to the Grand Budapest Hotel, I think that was the first time I actually seen Saoirse Ronan. And I am so in love with Saoirse Ronan.
I think, yeah, that was around the time where she was kind of getting some movies under her belt. Yeah. I believe after she did, was it Little Women?
Oh.
Around there?
Beautiful movie.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Real quick, by the way, I'm actually kind of glad you brought that movie up. Someone, since in between our recordings, one of our followers on Forehead Films had DM'd us and asked, or people, not just one person, but like a couple of people have asked, are you going to cover this movie or that movie? Actually, they were asking as far as like a video review. And I was like, no. I'm not retroactively doing covering movies from like way back. We may add it to
our intermissions. But what was the movie?
No, not the intermissions. We might add it to like the YHST thing. Okay. I don't remember the movie that they had asked about.
Oh.
They're even asking if we're going to do shows. I'm like, I barely have time to do what we do.
I rewatch shows, so I don't think I have time for shows.
And if you're not familiar, basically the format of this show is like at least one of us, me or Elva, has to have not seen the movie, but we cheat that sometimes by then having a guest on, so we can cover it. So
yeah, Fight Club.
I go back to DMs. Yeah. There you go.
I like the possum.
Oh yeah, who's that played by?
Wallace Woldarski. I have trouble pronouncing his name.
No, hit yourself, kid.
Yeah. Anyways, the possum kind of did that thing where it would play dead, but like still kind of react.
Oh man, everyone in this movie, every character in this movie had their own funny line within the parameters of their character. But Possum, Kylie, right? Mm-hmm. He was so unique. He kind of was like the voice of the audience at times.
Yes, yeah.
I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
So can we talk about what makes a Wes Anderson film?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quick couple of minutes, guys, before we get into the movie, because at the very least, I want to give, props to Wes Anderson and actually answer Rudy's question. Rudy did this, okay? In a long form thing.
Yes, Rudy. We'll answer your questions.
And that'll be the end of the Rudy shoutouts.
Rudolfo.
So what makes Wes Anderson films? Obviously, they're quirky, right? But there's a couple of different categories that he just masters, right? Storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
His stories usually revolve around it's from the perspective of young adults, and any other characters, they're like, quote unquote flawed characters that are kind of walking contradictions, misfits a lot of the times, because that's something that we can relate to. You don't necessarily want like a feel good movie or whatever, but like you want misfit kind of characters.
Or like I'm not sure if this falls under your thing, but like the kids are acting like the adults and the adults are acting like the kids, which is kind of how I feel when you get like a little older. Sometimes you kind of just like, no, I'm done being that. I'm going to go ahead and be a kid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hence my Lego collection.
So it can resonate with the older and younger audiences. The production designs are unique. So many of these different categories, they're so unique, but everything in his movies are very precise and unique. The costumes, the set design are they're damn near scientifically crafted to be representative of like the stories and the characters. He makes sure to make the movies feel like you're placed in a storybook. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the case of Fantastic Mr. Fox, you're literally placed in a storybook. And as far as like the settings themselves, they're oftentimes kind of the characters themselves. Like in the example of like The Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou, their submarine is kind of a character within its own. And you said it before, color or color grading. He has such a unique use of palette, usually using a lot of pastels to give that sort of like vintage sensibility. He masterfully uses color as a narrative device.
It kind of, in a way, makes it look vintage, like a French vintage esque in a way.
Mm-hmm. Man, and like he for sure sets the mood and the tones just with the use of colors. And one of the research that I was doing, it's something about like how Wes Anderson uses bipolarity. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means. I'll have to do further research, but there you go.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We learned a new word today. And his cinematography is, to say it's precise is an understatement. Everything in frame is very carefully considered. The way that he uses blocking and composition in the camera movements, it's sort of like a cinematic ballet, if you will. Mm-hmm. He uses a lot of static shots, but there's some camera movements that are very signature to Wes Anderson, how he dolly pans, the symmetry of how the shots are set up, how when something is so symmetrical, anything that's like out of place, it's like it kind of adds to like an idiosyncrasy.
Yes.
And it stands out so much and is used for not just storytelling, but for like comedic purposes. I mean, the list goes on. and his use of, or rather changing of aspect ratios.
Yeah.
I forget the actual aspect ratios, but he'll use it when he's going into a flashback here and, a present time there. I don't want to say the word flow as far as the use of editing, but he makes sure not to use aggressive editing, no like smash cuts or nothing like that. And if there is like the proverbial smash cut, it's to offset the intensity of like the previous scene, or to sometimes answer the question that somebody was, whatever the characters was like, posing. They're always thoughtful cuts. And it's not to say that people listening to me right now might think, well, yeah, that's how movies are supposed to be made. You're right. That's how movies are supposed to be made. Not everyone does those things. Sometimes people just focus on the one thing and think that's good enough. But when you have someone like Wes Anderson who takes all of these things and puts them together and they feed off of one another, it's a masterclass. Last but not least, though, it's like sound design and music. He makes sure to avoid like overly stylized sound design unless it's needed. And when it's needed, he makes sure that it presents, or rather it's used for like a bold statement of that scene. And the music, I was always trying to like, what kind of music does he use? And it's usually like folk or Euro rock. Sometimes he does have original scores, but he does also use songs from his childhood. I think in some other movie, I forget the example, but he used, I think it was either Hey Jude. He used a Beatles song.
Yeah, then he used
a Stooges song.
Yeah, Iggy Pop. Then he also used Ziggy Stardust.
So that in a nutshell, in a very hurried, frantic nutshell, is what makes a Wes Anderson film. Are you ready to get into it?
I am. I do have one thing to say.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned it being stop motion, right? So on top of stop motion, it was also puppetry.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And a lot of practical effects.
Yeah.
So Mr. Fox, he had different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that in the opening sequence when him and Mrs. Fox are going into the hen house. The way that they use the miniatures for like the background versions of them, as opposed to like the very close up the foreground ones.
Mr. Fox had roughly 102 puppets.
That's great.
And it had different styles.
Okay.
Yeah. But a total was of 535 puppets.
Holy shit.
But do you also see in those characters like how he'll dress them, like how Wes Anderson dresses?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If no one's ever seen what Wes Anderson looks like, watch his movie. Dresses like that.
Yeah.
My favorite, though, his outfit, not Wes Anderson, but Mr. Fox, is his like green corduroy suit.
I like that one.
Love that one. Anything else as far as stop motion?
No, that is about it.
And the movie opens up with a text quote, and it's Boggets and buns and beans, one fat, one short, one lean. These horrible crooks, so different in looks, were nonetheless equally mean.
Do.
That's the song that was later played, right?
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen the movie. I was like, oh, is this like an in-depth quote? What is this? I didn't know it was characters. And then it opens up, and the movie opens up with the actual book of Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. And it doesn't open up. It just goes, boom, right to Mr. Fox on the hilltop doing his squats. Because you got to stay limber and loose when you're going to do what you do best, which is still hens, still chickens.
Yes.
The majority of this movie is like uses the earth tones, and it looks so damn good. The one thing that I noticed as we were watching this film, though, is yes, you know that it's stop motion animation, you know that it's puppets, but it's that the people have to bring these things to life. So it's all Wes Anderson films are rewatchable. And the reason why they're rewatchable is because as you rewatch the movies, there's always something new to discover in the background or whatever. But what's so amazing is when you have live action, it's easier to do that, right? I mean, I don't think anything's actually like improv as far as like Wes Anderson's concerned, but to do these little nuanced things throughout the film. And I wish I had some examples or whatever, but if you've seen the film, whatever, these little things of like a twitch of an ear or, a certain look of a character, even though they're in the background, a little scratch of the leg, you're like, somebody thought of that and made sure to puppet that in. Well, somebody being Wes Anderson thought of that and put it in. And it doing little things like that, little, what would be the word? Whatever habits and ticks and stuff like that. It makes those characters, these puppets, essentially, the stop motion animation, feel that much more alive, let alone, animating or whatever, the leaves in the trees moving around to a breeze, or the way that the fur moves, the way that their clothes move, that sort of thing, to sell the magic, essentially, of you're watching, yes, it's stop motion, but like you're watching these creatures in their world.
Yes. And talking about stop motion, Tim Burton was attached to this film.
I kept thinking of Tim Burton as I was watching this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was that movie that he did?
The Corpse Bride?
No, the other one.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
That's the one. Yeah. I think more people fall in love with the Nightmare Before Christmas than The Corpse Bride. Although it's still a good one. That
was the opposite for me. For the longest time, I didn't want to watch. Not that I didn't want to watch. I just I didn't like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. Corpse Bride, it's so much more to it.
So I like Corpse Bride, and then I like Nightmare Before Christmas.
But I interrupted you. You were talking about Tim Burton.
No, he was just attached to the film because he has the experience in stop motion, so he can give that kind of advice, give a bit of guidance. Mm-hmm. But he did have to go, so he I think he had another project that he was around the time, so maybe it was The Corpse Bride.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, we'd have to compare years. People do your own research. We're barely doing half research here. So yeah, we get to meet Mr. Fox and Mrs. Well, were they married? Did they establish they were already married?
Yeah.
Right. And it's two people in love in the early years of their lives. And as they do together, as people do together when they're newly married or newly whatever together, I'll use that word, they're wild. They're animals. They're foxes.
Yeah.
And so they're joined together to go
capture some hens
at the Burke Squab Farm. I was trying to read the name. I realize I'm just going to go through scene by scene and go through this. But we were like that, We were Mr. and Mrs. Fox. Mm-hmm. I could relate to these characters a fuck ton because we were wild in our 20s and we calmed each other down. And it took me a lot longer to figure out how to calm down because you're like, no, I'm calmed down. And me, I'm like, I'm still pining for the good old days and shit like that. Could you speak on that?
Yeah, pretty much. You said it. There's not really nothing else to add to that.
I love George Clooney voicing this character. He has such a rich voice. Obviously, when you're watching him live action, you're so distracted by his good looks, so you don't really get to focus often by his voice. But it's such a rich, gravelly voice. Mm-hmm. Was there something about how they recorded the audio?
Yes. So it was recorded outdoors for all the outdoors scenes.
Okay.
And for the attic scenes or any indoor, it was recorded inside of an attic. So it kind of gave that
atmospheric sound.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's a movie year, I don't know which came out first. Anyways, Rango?
Yeah.
The Johnny Depp movie, they did something similar in how they recorded the audio, which I absolutely love because you got to imagine as someone who's like the sound designer or whomever, or the sound engineer, and you're like, okay, I need to make it sound like it's outside in post. Why not just do it in mic?
Yeah. The cast recorded them at George Clooney's friend's house in Connecticut.
Oh, might that be the same friend that did the tequila?
It doesn't say what kind of friend it was here.
Gotta do your research, man. Gotta do your research.
It didn't say exactly who.
Actually, for the longest time, I was trying to figure out who voiced Mrs. Fox, and I couldn't figure it out until the actual end credits.
Really?
Yeah. Because I guess Meryl Streep's voice just doesn't stand out completely to me. Everyone else's voice, it's, yes, it obviously sounds like them, but everyone has almost like a neutral voice. I don't know how else to word that.
Which is funny because George Clooney's voice, it kind of gave me is that him? Is that not him?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I think I confused his voice with a different actor, but I can't remember the actor.
Oh, so man. If it pops up, you need to write that down and tell me.
So I remember when I first watched, it still gets me in the beginning of every time I rewatch the movie, and I'm just like, in my mind, I know it's George Clooney, but my mind does like this little trick. It's like, no, it's not George Clooney. It's so-and-so until like, I think later on, give it like a couple beats of the movies in, and then I'd be like, no, it's George Clooney. I don't know why my mind associates that with somebody else.
What also is so amazing in this film, and I unfortunately didn't write down a bunch of examples, but I'll drop some sound clips in there, is how nuanced and quirky the dialogue is. You know, the banter back and forth, like later on when he's having his argument with the lawyer, the Badger, and what, the cuss you aren't, the cuss I am,
the cuss you me. Yeah,
like. It's just fun. It's absolutely fun.
And he did that because he wanted to keep it more of a family-oriented film.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So
but, yeah.
It's kind of just like one of those, how you were talking about how his movies can be a little quirky.
Yeah.
And this one was where he associated taking out certain
bad words
out, because he also did want to make sure that he did justice to the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how many Roald Dahl books have been made into movies.
I don't know, but he did go to his gypsy house before doing all this.
All right.
Yeah.
So anywho, so we're back with Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and he notices that she's glowing. That little glow effect is so adorable.
Oh my God, it looked like a little...
like a Christmas ornament. Yeah. And they make their way down. I love this sequence, by the way. I love how they make their way down to the penthouse. It's the penthouse. Freudian slip. And they use the puppets, how you mentioned, with like the smaller puppets at the background, and you know, all the classic, as the aforementioned Wes Anderson camera moves and everything. Where the sequences are supposed to be fun, they're exactly that.
Yeah.
Do you think he was stupid for trying to analyze the fox trap, or is he arrogant?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spring loaded. Oh, no. It just drops right down out.
Yeah. And then he's stuck there. He's like, oh, well, we're here.
And then she says
that they're expecting.
Expecting what?
A gift.
Like Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay. In the form of what? What does she order?
A baby fox.
Oh, she's pregnant. And a smile. Cut to how many years later?
2 human years, 12 fox years later.
I love that. Just those little things that are thrown in there that are just fun.
And I think that's where you get to see him be more like domesticated.
Yes. Yeah. And it's such a contrast, because so now you went from everything's bright colors, right? Going back to the whole Wes Anderson color scheme. And now everything's a less saturated, you know, to the backdrop of a gray sky. Mm-hmm. And their little foxhole, the singular antenna up top. Couldn't afford cable down there. But that's the thing. They're poor, but they were happy.
They're poor happy.
And he's a columnist. He's a newspaperman.
Changed his job completely. 180.
I've talked about this in previous episodes that I do pest control. And as much of a pain in the ass pest control is, I can't imagine being a desk jockey.
It gets boring sometimes.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
So I like being out there.
And that's where we kind of get to see them be domesticated and a glimpse at their fox baby. But he's not a baby. He is, I think, what?
I'm not doing the math in fox years. But
he's 12 fox years.
Yeah, he's basically a teenager.
Yeah.
And being a teenager as he is. And it's Ash, voiced by Jason Schwartzman, in his underwear.
I love when he comes out and it's like brushing his teeth and just, no. And it's just like in his little tidy whities. Yeah. And then he gets told to go change, but he has so much tude. And for him to come back and he's dressed in like this weird, like...
Oh, his pants are tucked into his socks?
His socks, but he also has a cape.
And he has, you know what he has? Tude. He's got a lot of attitude.
Tude.
He's never not with the attitude. Mm-mm. So every character, they do have their motivation. The ones that are the most fleshed out are the Fox family. Mm-hmm. But specifically with him, his motivation is that he wants his dad's approval. But unfortunately, he's just not a natural. He's really having to fight for it. So he's acting out. Teenager. Mm-hmm. Does Mrs. Fox like the domesticated life?
I think she does, because she's she's settled, and I think she is at the point where she's a mom.
Mm-hmm.
She likes what she's doing. She's doing her little paintings on the side. She's doing her thing. But I don't.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I don't think it's focused on her.
No.
But the bits, it seems that it does show her liking that type of routine and stuff like that.
Absolutely. But he does let a little bit of his wild side out in the way he devours those stack of pancakes.
Did he even eat any? Everything went to the table.
It's an animation, you know, they do what they do best. But as she's talking with him, he's distracted, not by his son, but by the newspaper advertisement about the new home, like the tree. Because he's not completely content with living in the foxhole.
No. He says that, I don't want to live in a hole anymore. I'm going to do something about it. Mm-hmm. And he does. And I think that's where that...
Is he making that decision, though, for her or with her?
I think for her, because prior to that, he's 7 non-fox years old. And his father died at 7.5. So he knows his time is maybe coming up, and he doesn't want to be living that type away.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, not to always bring it back to me, but, I've been doing pest control for 15 years. And I'm like, I want to do something else a little more. So we started some podcasts and movie reviews.
Yeah.
Started doing that shit.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And so he checks out the new tree house, and its view is of the Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean farms. Mm-hmm. The 3 biggest farms. Bogus is a chicken farmer. Mm-hmm. Bunce is a duck and goose farmer, and Bean is a turkey and apple farmer. But that's where we get to meet Kylie the possum.
Yes.
In his first days of look.
Oh my God, I love it.
But he offers him a minnow. It's a very delicious minnow. But the thing is, I don't think obviously he never tells his wife about really the reason why he decided to choose, or actually make that final decision to pick that house, is because he wants to go back to his old ways, which is to raid the farms.
Yeah. He wants to do one more job.
It's a triple header.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been there, where, we were a little bit more domesticated, and I still wanted to live out some of my youth. And I did. And it was fun. And, I'm a little more chilled, laid back now. Aren't I? Aren't I relaxed and chilled and laid back now?
The way you're saying that does not sound like it.
I'm cool as a cucumber. It is warm in here.
Keep drinking your water. You'll be fine. Ew.
Go. And so we're introduced to, Badger, Beaver, and Badger. Mm-hmm. And Bill Murray, fantastically.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, wonderfully. I can't use the word fantastically. Wonderfully voices Badger, his lawyer. And the Fox is trying to get his advice as far as should he get the place, and kind of is mentioning the whole farm thing. But the thing is, Mr. Fox doesn't know about the farmers. And so Badger lays it out for him. I don't know why, by the way. I don't know why Badger knows the specifics of the weight of some of the farmers and what they eat.
He's a badger who's a lawyer. He's supposed to know these things.
Really? Okay, so he knows then that Walt Boggs, he weighs 340 pounds and his goal weight's 273, and that he eats 3 chickens, 3 whole chickens. Okay, or that he knows that Nate Bunce is as tall as a potbelly dwarf, and that he eats donuts stuffed with goose liver.
Yes.
So then he just happens to know that Frank Bean has created a unique species of apple and turkey, and has a diet of only alcoholic cider.
Yes.
Well, okay then, that covers it all. I wrote it down. I have to cover it.
Okay, I wasn't saying no.
And they're cuss off. I'll drop.
Oh my God.
I'll drop the clip there. It's just fun.
You just got to not do it, man. That's all.
I understand what you're saying, and your comments are valuable, but I'm going to ignore your advice.
The cuss you are.
The cuss am I? Are you cussing with me?
No, you cussing with me?
Don't cuss and point
You're
at me.
going to cuss with somebody. You're not going to cuss with me, you little cuss.
With me. Just by the tree.
Okay.
No, cuss you.
I cuss you. I caught myself saying that earlier today. I was like, the cuss you will.
I think that scene with them kind of going back and forth with their little
argument.
Yeah, their little cussing argument is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because it kind of gives you a little bit of like a oomph in the beginning, and kind of like, okay, this is what it is. When Mr. Fox finally has Kylie with him, and he's going through the plan of this heist,
mm-hmm.
he doesn't tell him that it's a 3-parter.
Correct. Yeah, Kylie's a little dumb.
And when they're like in the middle of the night, plans already like they're already going to do this. They come to a fence that's like an electric fence.
It's got a lightning bolt on it. That means it's electric.
It's electric.
I have a fear of lightning.
Like that whole scene where like they go in and they go get the hens, and Mr. Fox is telling him like, you have to bite the chicken in the neck.
Yeah.
And he's like giving all the instructions, they're going, and then there's like of course, beagles love blueberries, and blueberries are tainted so they can go to sleep. Like that whole little scene, like those 3 little phases are like all my favorite.
He has the master plan, is what it was. Master plan. He recorded the audio master plan, but he doesn't have an exit plan.
That's about right.
So what does that mean? Does that mean he's like short-sighted? That he's just in it? His goal ends at the finish line and nothing past that, or the ramifications or consequences?
Yeah, go look at how he got the chicken, hen, when in the beginning of the movie, and then he got stuck and distracted by the cage, and then once he was like, "Oh, I am now trapped in a cage. I guess this is how it." He was like very nonchalant about it. So there's that, and then also there's like a little bit of that scene where they're doing the whole thing where I think they're trying to leave or they're trying to get to the hens, and they come across another fence, and they don't know like how to jump it or anything because it's electric. And Kylie just goes, "What about over there?" And it's like, no fence, because nothing.
Because Mr. Fox is one for the dramatic. He is extremely dramatic.
And I feel like he also has like tunnel vision. Like, my end goal's there. Anything at the ends, at the sides, don't matter to me.
But I mean, he teamed up with someone, and he's open to suggestions. So I mean, there's at least that. Speaking of the dramatic, in between this, we do get a little bit of a B plot with Ash and his cousin.
Oh, yes.
Christopherson.
Mm-hmm. Which is coming for a visit or a stay because his
dad's in a coma?
Dad has double pneumonia.
I got it wrong.
But Ash doesn't want him to stay.
Oh, man. He gives him all the attitude.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to give up, like, good sleeping arrangements, making him sleep underneath the table.
Yeah, he's just being...
But it's one of the few moments in that scene that Ash shows that he's not a complete asshole, because as soon as Christopherson starts crying, you know, he's kind of silently sobbing. Ash is sweet. He didn't say anything, right? But he turns the model train on for him.
Oh, yeah. And they both kind of like stare at it and just like kind of comfort, I guess in a way, they comfort one another.
Yeah.
Because Ash feels like he's lonely and Christopherson feels like maybe this is it for his dad. He may not go home.
Yeah, that's right.
But I also feel like the more that Christopherson is there, especially in the beginning, that Mr. Fox favors Christopherson.
Absolutely, because we get a little bit of backstory through the B plot of Ash and Christopherson that Mr. Fox is basically just great at everything. He is the clever Mr. Fox. The fantastic.
He's athletic. Even like after...
He's great at whack-ball.
Yeah, even after when they're at school, Ash is like, I've been practicing to his coach. And he goes, yeah. But Christopherson naturally just goes up and does exactly what he needs to do, only being told once, and just picks up the game. And Ash has to work for it. So I feel like it's a little bit more of him kind of not having what he should be. He's not where he should be.
Yeah, I mean, Ash has like a major low self-esteem problem. He's not a natural at anything. He's, as Mr. Fox did with his wavy hand, he's different. You know, it hasn't really grown into himself. And then here comes Christopherson, who's like natural at everything, even being tall. He's got a white coat. He's a white fox or whatever. He's
nice
great
ears.
He's great at diving. You know, I mean, again, Ash is always like, "Hey, Dad, look at me." And Christopherson just a natural.
Yeah.
Great at diving.
Doesn't really
natural
try.
At
Just
whack
does
ball.
it.
Yeah. And Mr. Fox doesn't exactly say it, but he favors Christopherson because he kind of sort of wishes that, he was his cub. That's gotta hurt.
It does. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
But Christopherson isn't from Mr. Fox's family. He's from Mrs. Fox's side of the family.
And I forget which phase it is. I think it's either the bean phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is where Christopherson does join.
Yeah, the second one, right?
Yeah. It looks great at a bandit hat, by the way.
And Ash is like, goes and he gets told to
Oh, yeah, on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the first phase, he gets told to buzz off.
No. The beginning of the second phase, he goes, he leaves.
Oh, that's right.
And Kylie is like, who's that one who's following us? And he tells him to leave or else he's going to get in trouble. Or he's going to, most likely, Mr. Fox is the one that's going to get in trouble. And later on, Christopherson is the one that shows up and he's like, oh, yeah, right on time.
That's going to hurt. Oh, can we talk about the scene with Willem Dafoe as Rat? He's a mouthy little bugger, huh?
Yeah, that's like the third phase, right? Yeah.
So they're in the alcoholic cider phase. What's so fun, by the way, at every phase they take something from it, right? Like a chicken from one.
More and more stuff gets taken, stolen.
He has to kind of like explain it away.
Yeah, and he has to buy these little price tags and fill them in. So he's like, I was given or I went shopping or whatever. And every time they come back, their pantry is more and more full.
Yeah. Do you think that Mrs. Fox was wise to what they were doing?
I think so.
She had her heavy suspicions.
Yeah, because the first one when they brought back a hen, it had the tag of
one of the farmers.
Yeah, so I think she knew, but she didn't want to actually say.
But yeah, going back to it, so Willem Dafoe as the Rat is a slimy. He's a rat. I mean. It's who perfectly to cast as that than Willem Dafoe? I mean, yeah, he's been used in other Wes Anderson films, but this one was just perfect for him.
Yeah.
And he's very acrobatic and great with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
But he called Fox's wife a town tart. And nobody talk about Mr. Fox's wife that way.
Oh, no.
But they succeed in all of their phases, and all the farmers have their emergency meeting. And that is such a creepy and ominous scene.
But what is it? So while Mr. Bean or the farmer, while Mr. Fox is there, they kind of hide. They have to pretend that they're part of they're hiding. And the farmer knew. He's like, there's that point where he goes and opens the door just to make sure the farmer had a suspicion that it was one of the creatures was coming in.
Yeah.
He didn't know exactly which one, but had a suspicion that it was the fox that was coming in. And since there's a pattern because it felt like they didn't wait enough before going back.
I think even still, I don't think that they would have gotten away scot-free, even if they would have waited a longer amount of time. But so, yeah, the farmers, Bunsen Beans and damn, I need to get that down correctly. Bogus Bunsen Bean, right? So yeah, Bogus Bunsen Bean have an emergency meeting on the front porch, and it's such a creepy thing. Bean freaks me out. All the other two, they're kind of like whatever. It's almost sort of lackeys, right? Mm-hmm. But Bean is kind of the
tall, lanky, scary one in a way.
He's an alcoholic, and he's like the ringleader, and his tuck and roll and shooting the lights out.
He's a paranoid one.
I fucking loved it. I didn't expect it when it happened. And they plan to kill the fox, and they approach the treehouse, or what would you call it? Treehouse? Whatever.
The tree, yeah.
Yeah. And Fox and Kylie are outside, and they smell the Bunsen Bogus
Bunsen Bean.
Bogus Bunsen Beans. Bogus Bunsen Beans. Tip of the tongue, lips and teeth. Yellow leather, red leather, red leather, yellow leather. Baby buggy bunky bumper. You have one?
Continue.
And man, just a straight out, I mean, the scene is titled as shooting, and they do exactly that. Just a full shootout.
Oh, yeah.
It was brutal. But thanks to their quick acting, Mr. and Mrs. Fox and the family dig down. And I love that random dig dug scene as they're
my God, the little...
Yeah, it's so silly.
Yeah. And I think Kylie went with them too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like, he's like the groundskeeper, isn't he?
He's like the landlord.
But so then there's that conversation that Miss Fox has to have, and she pulls him aside and scratches the shit out of him. Before she actually says this thing, again, Mr. Fox is in his own world.
Mm-hmm.
He, like you said, he has his blinders on and everything, right? Tunnel vision. And lets out that, I should have listened to Mrs. Fox. And she scratches him and she says, you wouldn't listen to anybody. Like that.
Yeah.
That's powerful. We've been in those situations.
I get that.
Yeah.
100%.
Good thing this is audio only. Getting a mean scowl across the table.
Definitely.
But he doesn't exactly apologize for his actions.
Mm-mm.
He essentially tells her that I'm a wild animal.
It's what I do.
Yeah. Which is selfish. It's very selfish. Again, Wes Anderson has these themes with a lot of his characters that they're misfits and they're very selfish. But it took me, I was taken aback by just how admittedly selfish Mr. Fox was. It sounded like he's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, take it or leave it. I was like, God dang, dude. Like what if she just leaves you?
Technically, she can't. She's like in the underground.
But she reminds him that doesn't necessarily have to completely ditch all that entirely. She knows he's a wild animal, but it reminds him that, well, you have a family now. That's huge. I mean, I think a lot of families, a lot of couples can relate to that. Forgot to mention the thing that happened during the shooting is Mr. Fox got his tail shot off.
Oh, that is right.
And Bean, that dick, is wearing Mr. Fox's tail as a fucking tie.
I remember now.
That was brutal.
Yeah. It kind of gives me like this is kind of like a warning. I don't mess around. If I'm wearing your tail, I'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a message. And Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean will not give up. Again, led by Bean. And they orchestrate like the tractors, right? The terrible tractors. And they try to dig even more, which forces the animals to dig even further.
Yeah. And down more.
Cluster cuss. This is a cluster cuss.
Mm-hmm.
And they fail. The Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean fail yet again and yet again try. And what do? They fucking blow it up.
Oh, yeah. But the animals are so far down that I think at a point they ended up digging towards.
Oh, the mineral mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where all the other animals are. They kind of meet up with them when they're initially digging, but they all sort of take refuge to the mineral mines, led by Badger. And all of the animals are not happy with the Fox family because it's all Mr. Fox's fault. Like
they had it good.
They did. They had it great.
Good.
And this whole sequence of events, now they're pushed out of their happy lives and they're forced down underground, which they're there for like 3 days. They're trying to get starved out. Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean are trying to starve them out. Unsuccessful because they decide to, as the triple Bs are distracted trying to kill the animals decide to
let's go towards the farms.
Absolutely, and steal some more shit. And that's a fun
And that's
sequence.
how they kind of survive.
Yeah.
Side note, are you saying Bunsen or Bunts?
I don't know. That's why he went to triple B.
Because the first time he said it, I was
Bogus, Bunts, and Beans.
Bogus, Bunts, and Beans.
Bogus, Bunts, and Beans.
I think that's what you're saying. You're saying Bunts, but you're like Bogus, Bunts, and Beans, but you're saying Bogus, Bunts, and Beans. So it sounds like and Beans. It sounds like Bunts and Beans.
So while we're down in the mineral mine, there is a moment going back to our B plot with Christopherson and Ash. And even though Ash is the whole entire time is giving Christopherson all this fucking attitude, right? I mean, just the shade that he's throwing him is like, dude, relax. Cause haven't you heard? Don't you know your own cousin Christopherson knows karate and he's a natural at that too? So there's a moment when one of the other animal teenagers is basically telling him like, hey man, I don't like you and your family and whatever. And Christopherson stands up for Ash. Even though Ash has been throwing him all this shit, he stands up for him. And he takes his shoes off and he goes, what are you doing? You take it, and I'll put a sound clip there, but he goes, what are you taking your shoes off for? He's like, I don't want to break your nose.
I found that very cute because even though I would have been like, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, sure, whatever. No, I would have done what Christopherson would have done. Been like, hold on. let me not take off my shoes. Let me put my hair up in a bun or something. But that was very admirable for him to do.
And going back to our main little thieves, animal thieves, they took everything. They cleaned out Bogus Bunsen and Beans. Bogus Bunsen Beans.
Bogus Bunts and Beans.
They cleaned out
Triple B's. Triple B's.
And the animals are living a lavish life underground.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of nice. So, a nice little turn of events for them.
Mm-hmm. Until they get flooded out.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a fun fact for that.
Sure.
That flood scene, it's a CGI.
Oh, okay.
It's the only CGI in the movie.
Interesting. I'm not mad at it. It looked great. But I love that, like, as Triple B's were prepping to flush them out with cider, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, it's at this moment when you think, you know what? The animals are actually kind of really happy underground. And Mr. Fox is going to give his toast. And Ash, even, like down the back of the table, Ash is acknowledging that he's been rude. Because he's very rude to, we didn't mention Agnes, by the way, which was his kind of crush, but Christopherson and his handsomeness swooped in.
Are now going,
They're going steady.
They're going steady.
Yeah. there's that moment, though, where I got to stop laughing at the beginning of these. But there's that moment, though, where he basically tells Agnes, like, yeah, I got to buzz off for a second. I got to talk to my cousin. And he stops and he goes, was I rude to her? He's like, yeah, you were.
Yeah. Where he's kind of getting like, oh, okay. But going back to a bit of, like way back, because of talking about how Christopherson and Ash's relationship changed throughout the movie. Like in the beginning of the movie where Christopherson goes with Ash to school, there's that scene where they're doing
Chemistry
and
yeah, animals make meth.
No, say that. No, there's a moment where Agnes is kind of just staring at Christopherson and Ash had to be like, you can hand me this now. I'm your lab partner kind of thing.
Disloyal.
Yeah, disloyal.
Does Ash feel like he is deserved all these things?
Well, yeah.
Like that he's owed these things?
Look who raised him to think that.
Did they? Okay, I am curious about that. His upbringing, because, they started living in the foxhole and like lived a calmer domestic life. Like as I'm assuming as Ash was born, so Ash only knows like that domesticated life.
Yeah, but it also has to see. He's also grown up seeing his dad.
Oh, and all his trophies and accomplishments.
So he has to kind of live up to that.
Yeah.
And then there's Mrs. Fox, who's kind of just like just trying to be the motherly person, show him kind of a little bit of manners. Like when he goes, when is Christopherson going back, or with something, he's like, you got to be quiet.
Yeah.
Like lower your voice. So like the mom is the one that kind of like keeps him in check. Yeah, but he's trying to be so much like his dad, which is like me,
Yeah.
forget everyone else, because he wants to follow the same footsteps.
Speaking of that, it's like he has his dad's arrogance, but it's like misguided arrogance because he doesn't get to go steal hens, and shit like that.
It's also a teenage angst.
And you're a fox.
Yeah.
Wow, that's tough living.
Mm-hmm.
And you're short and you suck at everything.
Damn.
But we're, back in the mines and we're in a happier place. And like I said, Ash is trying to redeem himself and he wants to still make his dad proud. So he wants to go steal his dad's tail back from the bean farm.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and Christopherson team up and try to do exactly that and fail miserably.
With, what was it? Ash's sock.
The bandit hat sock.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Oh, shit. That needs to be one of the thumbnails that you put up. Oh, do you have it there?
You mean this one?
Nice. I know, where are we? Right there. So Christopherson gets captured.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he's a natural at everything, he's not good enough to break free of the apple crate.
Yes. In a way, like that's his like little flaw. Once he's captured, he's like shuts down and like, all right, I'm just gonna accept it.
Cages, my kryptonite.
Yeah.
So Alva just in the middle of me thinking, she pulled up two, I guess they were posters, right? Movie posters. And one is of Mr. Fox saying the brains, and the other is of Mrs. Fox saying the brains behind the brains. If that's not a dynamic for a marriage,
I
don't
am
know
the
what is.
brains behind the brains.
And I give you all of the credit. I thought I was clever. I'm a dum-dum.
I sometimes am the brains, but sometimes I am the brains behind the brains.
You know, everyone's smart in certain genres
I have
and subjects.
small cases where I'm just the brains.
Yeah. Math you're great at, money you're great at, numbers,
Yeah.
it's all the same.
Yes, also.
Algebra, arithmetic.
I did take honors for some of those. So yes.
But speaking of those couples, to the wonderful backdrop of a waterfall, Mr. and Mrs. Fox have a very in-depth conversation because Mr. Fox, in essence, wants to sacrifice himself to make all this shit go away because he realizes that it's his fault.
Mm-hmm.
But she knows what he can do, and she's like, still think we can beat him, Foxy?
Yeah, kind of gives him like the...
Because your wife always has your back.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, like, man, that's a testament to like how our dynamic, how our marriage has been, where through thick and thin, we always have each other's back. High five.
There you go. I will beat up people for you, but you won't let me. What does that say about you?
I don't know. I use poisons and stuff.
Sometimes you just need like a pop in the head. Insert popping noise here.
But Ash takes it upon himself though to go rescue Christopherson,
Mm-hmm.
and he does semi-successfully. Christopherson teaches him some karate and like a quick crash course, and he does it. You must weigh less than a slice of bread. Okay. Oh my God. So Fox is doing his part to try to end all this, and the fucking rabid beagle POV scene is hilarious. Kylie reminds, stop laughing, because Kylie reminds Fox, wait, I thought you're not supposed to look him in the eye, and he did.
He's like,
Yeah, full chase scene.
I love Kylie. He kept saying about a wolf every now and then. I love how like Mr. Fox is like, a wolf? Where?
Oh yeah. There's that. So right after that whole sequence, all the four of them are taking like a motorbike, which I love how they stole it. It was so adorable. They went into town, right up in the sewers, went into town, and then ducked behind a human-sized motorcycle and sidecar, and then a little miniature version of that pops out.
Oh my God.
And as they're driving down, Kylie stops them, and there's that beautiful wolf in the earlier scene when they're doing their master
plan.
Yeah, their master plan. In conversation, keeps mentioning wolf, and Fox is like, where?
But yeah, it was like constantly, you're like, you keep bringing up a wolf.
And they try to speak different languages too, and it doesn't know, but just that, fist up.
Yeah.
And the whole Breakfast Club type of fist bump. Why that though? What do you think the importance of them encountering that fox is?
The wolf or the fox?
I'm sorry, the wolf. What's the symbolism behind that? Can you speak on that?
I don't have the symbolism. I don't know what I would put it under.
Well, I personally think that it's a moment of them acknowledging what a great specimen could look like. I don't know if you would consider it like a lone wolf, right? But they can acknowledge and admire its beauty in the wilderness, because it doesn't wear clothes and it doesn't speak their language. It's just naturally wild.
It could also be that they're recognizing their fears and weaknesses, because it's by itself. As every time that Kylie says wolf, Mr. Fox has like a fear, like he has like where, like kind of like looking over his shoulder, like, oh my God, this is it, because I'm below.
So how about we combine both of our things?
Okay,
right? They acknowledge and also say goodbye to their fears and that wild part of them, accepting themselves or who they are. Mr. Fox does end up fighting Mr. Rat one last time.
Yes, I was going to bring that up, which was, I love how they gave him like the farewell in the little river of cider or whatever it was that they were in. But the fact that he was working with or working for Bean.
Yeah, Bean security.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Cute little striped.
Little striped.
What shirt?
Uniform. Looked like he was going to go work at the Foot Locker or something.
There is that moment, though, where I forget who says it, but someone says, like, he was redeemed in the end, right? Because as the rat dies, he gives up the information to, I think it was like the location of Triple B's or whatever the hell it was. And then Fox just flippantly says, he's another dead rat in a garbage pail behind the Chinese restaurant. So at this point, does Fox value life at all? Does he value that moment of redemption, or is he kind of dead inside?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he is.
Or am I overthinking it?
I think you're overthinking. But I think it also has to do with standing up for his wife in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time,
True.
It's kind of like a reminder of how he still has like that wild in him, like the primal, like animal instinct in him.
I forgot to mention, by the way, when the animals did decide to take everything,
Mm-hmm.
this is after Fox has ditched his basically a suicide plan, right? And this is the moment in the movie where he realizes his strengths, acknowledges his weaknesses, as well as our other core characters, but sort of gives that rally chant,
Mm-hmm.
the rallying speech, and reminding everyone of their not just Latin names, but also all of their strengths as specific species of animals.
Oh my God, I love that scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Except for Kylie, he didn't have any like specific abilities.
I like how Kylie is like, I'm an opossum.
Yeah.
I have weird teeth. I don't have teeth like yours.
So sorry, I know we're jumping around, but so going back to the final escape plan, because now there is an actual escape plan, and they rescue Christopherson and everyone. They're all on the motorbike, and I just love this little bit of the scene. There happens to be a conveniently placed ramp. Did you notice that?
A ramp?
Yeah, it was for the Stunts Expo, specifically Stunt Expo 4.
Oh.
So they get like cool little shoot through the hoop and drive off into safety.
As one should.
With Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean stuck on the tin roof with a rabid dog snapping at them from down below.
That is like, what would you call it? Poetic justice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the Bogus and Bunsen they're done with it. They're not going to chase after the animals anymore. And now we cut to 3 days later, 2.5 Fox weeks, and the animals are happy living underground. Again, Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean are they're just defeated. They're utterly defeated.
They're done. They've learned their lesson.
And I thought it was going to be sad for the animals to live underground, but they're living like a lavish life. Everyone has their own rooms. There's a yoga studio and a TV room.
They don't have to worry about I live in a tree, I live in the hole.
That's true. There's no major dangers.
So everyone just kind of goes back to the same in a way. Like
true, yeah. And you get a little snippet of Mr. Fox on the prowl with fantastic Mr. Fox in the newspaper. So he's still a newspaperman, but he's enjoying what he's doing.
Yeah.
In fact, the last scene of the movie is Mr. Fox bringing Mrs. Fox and the family up to the grocery store.
That's right. Oh my God. It's totally new.
Who's International Supermarket? Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean. He ain't done with them yet.
Not quite yet. But doesn't Mrs. Fox tell them that they're expecting again?
Yeah, and I think they glow once more.
Yeah. I like the little glow.
And the movie ends with his speech, Kylie trying his trademark thing because he was kind of envious of Mr. Fox's.
Oh my God.
It's like, why do you do that? Like, what are you talking about? That's my trademark thing.
Oh, to whistle. Must be nice.
But he does, Mr. Fox kind of has his own little moment of redemption. And his first speech, when you thought things were going good before everything went to shit and they got flushed out by the alcoholic cider, he redoes his speech and gives everyone like a juice box. And
oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. To our survival. And the movie ends to a dance party. I forgot what song they play. What song do they play? And you get a fun dance sequence and everyone dances very weird. They're puppets, but that's all good.
It's a good puppet dance.
It really was. I couldn't stop watching. Which I was happy that like it went on for the length of time that it did, as it like slowly zoomed back, and then you get to the reveal of Bogus, Bunsen, and Bean Supermarket, and you're like, haha, you
like a
Mr.
Walmart.
Fox. And then it ends with boom, title card, fantastic Mr. Fox. And we've seen it. We saw fantastic Mr. Fox.
How did you like it?
I liked it a lot. So this is actually the second time we had to watch this movie for our podcast because we got busy with a lot of stuff and we watched the movie the first time around, and then life happened and we didn't get to actually record. But I'm glad that I'm watching this again because the first time I was so sleepy and I kept falling asleep and I was like kind of in a grumpy mood. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh man, we're going to cover this movie. Like, I don't really think a lot of it. And then I actually watched it awake and I loved it.
And then the second time when we watched it, I was the one
falling asleep.
I fell asleep. I think
I was feverishly taking notes and look over and you and your dad are just out.
Yeah. I think that because you did wake up at a very, very early
for you.
Early for me. This is why I'm the brains behind the brains.
Brains behind the brains. But no, I liked it a lot. I like the kind of sort of message of the film. Again, I could resonate with a lot of their dynamic, and it makes me reflect and makes me happy with where you and I are now in our life and marriage and relationship.
What a sap. No, I'm just kidding.
God, I know. You know what, by the way, you son of a bitch. On the fucking last episode, I was like, I love you, and you're just quiet and I had to like get it out of you.
Yeah.
What did I say before? I was happy and content with it. I'll take all of that shit back. Anyways, let's play our Rotten Tomatoes score game.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
So if anyone's familiar or not familiar, rather, Rotten Tomatoes score from 0 to 100, 60 or 70 being fresh. I forget. 60 being fresh. My personal score for this movie is, I'm going to give it an 85%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think, though, that on the Rotten Tomatoes score, I think that the audience gave it a 75, and I think that the critics gave it a 90.
Oh, okay. So you said audience 75 and audience 90. I will tell you, you did guess the audience score when you rated it. You gave it an 85.
Oh, sweet.
So that's the audience score.
Okay.
So you're spot on with that.
Hell yeah.
And for the
critic?
Yeah, the critic, it is 93. So you're very
damn close. I've been pretty good about these things. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I highly recommend this movie for anyone who hasn't seen it. If people have seen Wes Anderson films and just it's not for them, because Wes Anderson is a very niche filmmaker than the types of films that he makes. I don't know. You might not like the rest of these.
There are some certain movies that you may like. Maybe not all, but maybe there may be a specific one that calls out to you, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just give Wes Anderson films a try. The worst that can happen is you don't like it and you wasted a little bit, but at least you attempted to see if you did like it.
But you know how people are. I mean, like, hell, I do the Hype Attack podcast and we talk about how there's just like a shit ton of content to watch. A bunch of movies, a bunch of films, a bunch of TV shows, let alone any other kind of media. If you're listening to music and you're reading comics and books, I mean, a bunch of stuff. So some people are afraid to take the risk. Like we mentioned before in previous episodes, it took us creating a fucking podcast to start going through this list and watching the movies that we've never seen before. So, anyhow, you want to wrap this up?
Let's wrap this up.
You can say it on mic, though.
I said, let's wrap this up.
All right. Thank you again for listening to yet another episode of YHST. Reminder, check out our intermissions. There should be a couple of them out by now. With the intermissions, we may post once a week. We may post twice a week. We may not post any in a week. So there's no real consistency with that, but we will make sure to put stuff out just so that there's extra content to check out. No promises. And I think we mentioned on one of the intermissions that we might give it a try to actually video stream those intermission recordings, those sessions on probably TikTok because it seems more prevalent there.
Yes. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FOREHED Films to see when our next intermissions are.
Yeah. And interact with us. Any previous episodes that we might have done, we post our episode kind of thumbnails and stuff like that there so that conversations could be had in the comment section, or if you want to be more private about it, in the DMs, of course.
Yes.
Hey, and if there's anything we might have missed in this movie, which there's a ton because it's just so good, hit us up. Let us know at Instagram or TikTok, and check out all the other previous episodes. Stay tuned for a lot more to come. I'm excited about this. I love this. Alpha, any other thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Right on.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, I'm really happy about this.
Yeah, me too.
But in the meantime, let us know what movies are on your growing list of films that has people asking you the question, you haven't seen that? Later, folks.
Okay, bye.